Okay, good afternoon all. Hope everyone is well. Karina, good morning to you. Okay, sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. I was just forgot to set this up. I had it all set on Sim. So let's see how we get on. So I'm just going to remove that for a minute. So we're clearly ranging at the moment. So let's see if we get a failed, just get rid of that, a failed breakout here. Possible second entry long, break out the top, break out the bottom. In fact, let's get an order ready just in case.
Order submitted.
Arminus, how are you, bud? I don't think anything's going to happen here, to be honest with you. So calibrate new low. So let's just get rid of this.
Order cancelled.
Okay, possible breakout of this. Trouble is such a big bar, isn't it? It's 19 ticks, that is. I think that's a little bit too steep for me. It is ranging. It could be a fail breakout, but it's such a big bar. It does look like it's working. It's such a big bar. I'm just not sure. It's a bit early at the moment. We've had this move down. We've had a couple of legs up. We've made a couple more attempts to push high. It could fail and come lower. So I'm not interested in this. If we had a higher low, something a bit stronger, maybe. Exponential, how you doing, bud? Yeah, it is really, isn't it? Yeah. That's the trouble, really. The more price action we've had, and at the moment, it's still generally all over, still quite bearish. So it may make an attempt to push up and then it may drop. So it's just a bit. If we trapped the short and got a higher low, it might not be a bad option, but it's more of a what does it feel like as opposed to. Yeah, it's not super clear, is it? I did have my eye on something like that, see if there was any kind of, I mean, it's still possible, this could still push up, but then it starts to chop, so when it starts to do that, it's a little bit unpredictable. Yeah, it's a toss of a coin here, whether it's going to go up or down. Could do either. Sorry, Wilson, just a minute. Excuse me just a second, please. Okay, sorry about that. Parcel turn up. So, there is a failure there, but it's just choppy. It's unclear. It may well shoot up, or it could do the complete opposite. So there's nothing you can do here. We could have a leg and a leg. But really, while it's doing that, an area of uncertainty. I might have myself an evaluation, actually. An Apex one. The trouble with Apex now is you've got to, well, it's not a bad thing, but you got that two-factor authentication, which is a pain in the arse. Well, it's not really, but excuse me a sec. So I can't find my wallet. Just come out of hospital, so I'm not sure whether it's in my bag or something. I might have to nip off a sec. Bear me a second. Excuse me just a second. Sorry about that. It's all right. Just wanted to pick up an apex evaluation. Yeah. Lance, good morning to you, mate. How you doing? Just going to get rid of that because I don't think that's right. So 2 legs down. Is this continuing down? It may do. Yeah, it's a bit too early, really. It could be just 2 legs down. Okay, let's have a look. See what everybody else has got. Okay, so Thomas Wade's pretty much got the same as me. He's got that a channel, but it's irrelevant now. Let's have a look at down. Same. Yeah, there's not really much you can do with that, to be fair, is there? So, okay, so maybe we got a touch, we got a touch, we got a touch. Maybe we're getting some downwards momentum. We've broken out of this. We've pushed back in. We dropped again. We've come up and tested the bottom. So my guess is it's going to come down and test this area down here. Which it has. So. Yeah, pushed out the bottom, pushed in a little bit, just couldn't hold, came down, had one more go, and then down. So it'll likely test these lows, I think. It's still relatively, I think the overall, just the last few days, there's a little kind of drop to it. Certainly yesterday. And today's kind of looking like possibly the start of the same. Okay, so yeah, we're at these lows already, so that moved down relatively quick, actually, once it started to drop. Actually, I'm not really a fan of that. If we can get a higher low off here, I may see if I can ride that back to that EMA. Okay, so we've got a matching low there. Okay, so overnight lows have been broken. Let's see where this goes, whether we continue down. I think last week, so I've lost track of things. I've been in hospital for 4 days, so I've kind of lost track of things. I think it was about a week and a half ago. I just kind of felt like things weren't as clear when it was dark. So I got a toss up between looking at bright light all day. Mind you, it's an off white. This is not a bright white, so it's not as quite in your face, so to speak. But I don't know. I just found out it didn't feel like it was as clear when it was dark. So you got to kind of play around and you see what kind of works here. But my eyesight's not terrible. I do wear kind of glasses to drive and maybe watch a bit of TV, but that's kind of it really. This kind of distance where I am now from the computer, what's that, about 2.5, nearly 3 feet maybe. That's about my strongest. So it's not that so much that my eyes are bad, but I do feel it just feels a bit clearer when it's whiter. So you got to try around and you see what kind of suits. Yeah, it's hard to know really. I suppose everyone kind of has their own thing. Now, on my other chart, there is a higher low, but this thing hasn't necessarily... It's gone past the measured move, and I'm not too sure whether this is going to continue down or not. So I'm probably just going to leave this. Not only that, it's 15 ticks. It's not the smallest bar in the world, but it's just something about this at the moment. I'm just staying out of it. It's not super clear. Is it going to come down further? I don't know. There is a failure there, so maybe it may go back. A failure probably would be a better idea, I think. It's a tough one. Let's get an order ready.
Order submitted.
See, the higher low triggered, and this is on its way down. So my gut feeling is it's probably going to take out that. So
order
just going to leave
canceled.
it. As I say, there's nothing. We haven't hit any type of a measured leg. Well, I say that we have, but we've gone past it. And so I don't know. Is this going to? I mean, at some point, it's going to have a pullback. Well, we had a slight pullback there, but at some point it's going to have a correction. But taking a trade there, I'd just be guessing it was going to go up. So if you had taken either that or the high, that's the trouble is, unless you've got like a nice balance or a nice correction, taking a high low really when there's no kind of proper context, it's not wise really. All you're doing really is going along in a downtrend. You know, around about here there wasn't an up or downtrend, but this seems to be pushing into a downtrend, so I think the simple answer is to treat it as a downtrend. And just kind of leave it like that. So this thing's continuing down. Let me put that there, maybe. That doesn't look too bad, actually. It's having a fair old drop, that is. Relatively quick. When was that? So in literally 9 minutes, we've dropped 35 points. So that's quite a strong, quick move down. So what I would be doing is looking for a correction and then obviously a new low. Trouble is, you may argue there is a small break there. I think it's negligible. It doesn't strike me as a significant break. So 2 legs up, I would still go short. It's quite strong. I mean, it barely got out of there before it dropped. So there's the break, there's the new low. This thing's super bearish at the moment. It just doesn't seem to want to stop. Okay, so downtrend break, new low. So that now has played out. Seems like these bears are hungry. It certainly does. I mean, literally, we barely got anywhere there, did we? We had 3 little tops there and the thing just dropped quick. We didn't even get near the EMA. So that's pretty bearish. Is it going to continue down? Could get something like that, couldn't we? It's a bit too early, but I like to put these things on just to give me just to see if I'm kind of in tune with what I think might be happening. So possibility. We'd have to come up again really and then push down to have a better indication. Bob, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, there is a second entry short on here, and it's pretty bearish, but it's just a bit early to say that. We've got a channel up with a break. We didn't manage to get a new high, so I didn't really want to take that because the channel's played out, so you've got to give it that little bit of time to figure out what it wants to do. You don't know it's going to do that. I mean, we know it's bearish, but the trouble is that section looks bearish, but now we've had a break at a new low. Is it going to continue down at the same rate, or is it going to turn? We don't know, really. So once we've had a break and a new low, I just have to give it a bit of time. I can't all of a sudden see there's a short there. Let's just go down because it may do the opposite. So at the moment, we know it's played out. So we need to just give it a bit of a time, see if it wants to continue down. Sam, how you doing, bud? So there you go. So if I'd have taken that short there, would I have got me 3 points? Possibly not. So if I go a tick below there, I may well have done it. It depends where I got in, but if I got any lower than there, then no. So it's too early to go short there, really, because it's played out. I mean, the fact that it went so far down, but it only went down to that midline before it bounced. Now, doesn't mean it can't continue down. We still may have a couple of attempts to push up and it still could come down, but you can't really trade it like that, really, because this could be it reversing, so it's hard to say. So channel down with a break in a new low, first attempt, second attempt. If we do get a bearish bar that finishes strong below that EMA, that's giving me a strong indication that this hasn't finished, and I may look at it, but apart from that, there's not much I can do. Oh dear. Okay, if we can get below that EMA, I may have a short there. I'm looking at it on here. We've had 2 legs up and we couldn't get above there. If we can get a lower high here, then I think this may continue on. I'm just going to get an order ready just in case. I'm not saying we're going to, but if we can get below that EMA, and it needs to happen soon, if it starts to hold there, then that's a no-no. So it doesn't look like it. It's looking like there's the top of 2 legs. It's looking like it's attacking that. If it needs to turn and hurry up. Otherwise, I'll cancel it. Okay, so that's turning like a no-no, I think.
Order cancelled.
A leg and a leg. We've pushed up. It still may work, 2 legs up. The reason that may not work is because it's a bit stacked up. But if this is bearish and it pushes below that EMA, short's still not off the cards, but it's looking unlikely. So I did this a while ago and I noticed Thomas Wade is looking at it. I kind of like the way it lines up, but it's touch, touch, touch. I wouldn't just rely on it. You'd have to get that push below the EMA. So there is a possibility there may be something wider. This could be a correction, in which case we could come down some more. Just get an order ready on this one. It looks a bit better on here. Oh shit, why has it gone yellow? No.
Order cancelled.
So,
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Order filled.
I'm going to put that there in case it fails out of this fact.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Okay, yeah, there's a lower high there. Let me just check everything's closed. It is looking bearish, to be fair. We may get a second leg down, so it didn't look as good on there, but we pushed up. We had two legs up. We struggled. We got above it. We had a bearish bar, then we had a lower high. So my gut feeling, now we're below that EMA quite strong. It's likely to test these lows, which is why I took that short there. So lower high. You can see there's going to be longs in there and longs in there, and after the break. So I thought that was okay to take. So it doesn't look to me like this is over. That looks like a correction. We couldn't get above it. Then we pushed up and dropped below it, and then dropped strong below. So I think that was worth the trade there. Just plenty of room to these lows. So that does look like a leg with a correction. That to me does not look like a strong attempt to move higher. We pushed up, pulled back, pushed up, and then we started to go sideways. As soon as we pushed strong below that EMA, kind of a penguin style trade, that is, 2 attempts, and then once that pushed down, the thing is, there's no real way you can get any type of a, I mean, you could argue there is a channel there, but until it bounces twice, it's not clear. So my gut feeling is that's not a channel up. It's an attempt at pushing up, and it's struggling. And when we had that strong push, I deemed that was worth just to come down to the lows. And there's plenty of room from here to here, so it did work anyway. So it's one of those trades, I think, that if you think you're reading it right, I think it's worth taking. What I call it an advanced trade. It's not your typical easy looking trade, but I've got a reasonably good feel with the way the market's moving. We know it's very bearish here. You can see we had a break. We couldn't get anywhere near that EMA, and then we had that strong push down to a new low. We had 2 attempts up, then it started to go sideways. So this is struggling for me, and this is looking very bearish at the moment. So when we had that strong push, it's weighing up the odds, isn't it? But it was worth it for me anyway. The thing is, when you've been trading a while, you tend to go with how it feels, doesn't it? How it feels, and I don't count or legs anymore. I don't. Oh, is it a second entry short? Because you get hidden second entry shorts. Do you get hidden failures? Maybe. When you've been looking at these, I've been looking at these charts for over 4 years now, and you do get a feel for I like the look of this or I don't. But this to me is struggling. There's also something possibly likely here. You can see it's clipping, which is another indication to go short. So took it, it worked. Happy days. Pins closed down. Yeah. So So happy days. So it does look like a correction now of this move down. So I think it's pretty feasible we get a second leg down. So let's put that from there to there to there. So this is kind of where I think there's a good chance we get down to. Okay, so I'm going to mark that there. I'll put an arrow there, but it might look a bit odd. But I'll just take it on my second chart so at least people know. Otherwise, I'd be looking at that thinking, you idiot, what did you do? Where the hell did you get in there? So let's put that there like that. Otherwise, people are going to think I'm an absolute idiot. What are they going to realise? They're going to find out sooner or later. Okay, so yeah, leg down. I can tell this is bearish. Just the way we had that break, it went nowhere. You can see that it didn't even get near that EMA. Well, in relative terms, it just couldn't get to that EMA and then strong down. So this is bearish at the moment. So what's that EMA, that ATR? So I think this is going to continue to grind down, I do, at the moment. I've just seen a post. 54 Walmart stores in 27 states are closing due to tariffs. The trouble is, if the US buys, obviously now Trump's implemented tariffs on the country, they're doing alike. So it just means, well, the trouble is, if the suppliers, sorry, if the buyers are paying the tariffs, surely they put the tariff costs onto the consumer. It's kind of how it works. So I don't know why 54 Walmart stores were closed. Mind you, 54 sounds a lot. It's not though, is it? It's actually a drop in the ocean, I think. I tend to relate everything to the UK, but 54 in 27 states, I'd say is a drop in the ocean, isn't it? I would have thought. Okay, so let's see if we get a second entry short here. Is that a possibility? Trouble is, we got just to that EMA. As soon as we got there, it turned and came straight down. nothing really much I can do here. It's just sideways. I know where I think it's going, but can't take nothing there really. It's an well, it's if you want to take something, it needs to be up here really. As bearish as it might seem. Yeah, it's just it touched it there, pulled back, touched it a second time, and then dropped. This is pretty bearish. This is. So I think there's a really good chance we get down here 5, 10, 15, 20. It's about 23 points away. It's a shame we couldn't get something here because the way that looks, I wouldn't mind having a go at holding something like that. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick break. What time is it? No, I'll leave it for a while. I'll do it in about half an hour. I don't think so. Let me have a look. Have I still got it? I've still got it, but I did delete it. Let me just open it up and show you. So there it is. Let's see if it just closes. Closes. Try it again. I've tried deleting it, installing it, delete it, install it. I just randomly try it now and again. I bet it won't do anything again. No, it's just disappeared. I really don't know. I can't. It's kind of beyond me why it's working that way.
Order submitted.
So right, I was just trying to connect my Apex account. Just picked up an evaluation. I was just seeing if I could open that. Open a trade. It won't open for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, let's try again.
Order submitted.
It's just coming up yellow for some reason.
Order cancelled. Which version? I'm not sure, mate, to be fair. This most recent one I downloaded off the actual official website. Let's have a look. Let's say here, will it details? Okay, so 17.74.0.0. Don't know if that helps, does it? I did keep that in mind when I was downloading. Is it an older version? But I downloaded this one from the Rhythmic website probably 2 weeks ago. I randomly just tried again for some reason, but I for the life of me, I've messaged them. They messaged me back and I had a conversation with them for a while. Then they said they were going to send this information to the developers. That was a month and a half ago. I've messaged them since. I've had nothing from them, so who knows? So I don't know, mate. So let's see what goes on here. You just logged on right now. Yeah, I've just tried twice. That open. Oh, it's gone. Didn't even give me a chance to bring it over. Let me try it again. I get that, and then it disappears. No idea. It's been doing that now for 6-8 weeks. I've tried everything, deleting it, actually going through all and deleting all the files, anything that may be left, because usually there's a few scraps of files and stuff. And I've gone through YouTube to figure out how to completely remove every little last detail, so it's a complete fresh install, and it still does not work. I don't know why. Even recently, I decided to upgrade to Windows 11 to see if that would help. Still nothing, so I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't. So, but what I will say is my 5 Traderify accounts, they're on Tradeovate, so I've got these down here. So all I usually do is just make sure there's no working orders and make sure it's only closed. So that's all I'm trading with at the moment, those 5 Traderify accounts. So you know, it's not such a worry at the moment. Yes, I can, bud. Yeah, if I go into Traderify, let me just bring it all here. You can see my accounts are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all I do is click exit all positions, and it'll say there's no working orders currently. So at least I can do. Well, I'm assuming it closes them all, close all positions. Whether I've got to do it for each account, I'm not sure actually. To be fair. I'll have to check that. So I'm glad you asked that. I'll have to check that. I mean, I have my, you know, I can flatten everything here, so I have got options. So I'll have to check that, whether it closes all accounts. I mean, I've got Guardian Angel Trader as well, and I've also got all the accounts in. The good thing about Tradeovate is you can get it to have a daily loss limit as well. I have set mine to $500. So if the worst happened, something went wrong, that would liquidate all my positions when it gets to $500. So that is the very worst day I'd have $500. But I have 2 loss limit anyway, and my stop is locked. I can't move my stop. The only way I can move my stop is towards price. So I can't move it away and effectively risk more and more and more and more till I either get lucky the camp low. So I've got backup on top of backup. So if the worst happen, I'm kind of covered. I'm going to finish early again today. I still don't feel brilliant at the moment. I just feel a bit fuzzy in the head at the minute. I've done probably about an hour and 45 minutes. I did 45 minutes off stream. I still haven't quite recovered yesterday. So as I'm up $150 per account. Excuse me just a sec. Yeah, so I'll leave you guys to it. So best of luck. I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you get a setup. It's moving quite nice anyway, so we'll see. So have a great evening, stay safe, and we'll catch up tomorrow. Bye for now.